back to 0. Hello there, folks, and welcome into the Vibes TV network, bringing you a broadcast of spring training or Springs training here from Colorado Springs. It's the Rocky Mountain Vibes. Flying solo with you today, Hudson Ridley. No one alongside me as we take you through this exhibition, trying to answer a lot of questions from the previous year, specifically the pitching. We'll see if we can get some answers on that. Last year, the big negative of the team ERA sitting at 9.34, allowing 12.8 hits per game. The team on the other end was scoring 7 runs per game from the hitting standpoint, but pitching going to let you down if you're allowing 9.34 a game. Factors into that, especially the elevation. We'll see if that plays a factor here today. Not a lot of long balls when at home, so it hasn't really played to the Vibes' favor, but when hosting, 10.57 ERA at home, an elevation here of 6,531 feet. So we'll see how much any of this plays in. The team's been warming up for the past about hour and a half, so set to get underway in just about under a minute till first pitch. Starting on the mound today, for the away side, it's Connor Woods. Getting some warm-up pitches in here. Last pitched at UNLV. This is his first year as a pro. Mostly saw time as a reliever. He'll start this one out. Pitchers will rotate in and out as the game progresses. For the home team, it's Woods, Michael Byrne, Nathan Draves, and Alexis Sedano. As into the box steps Milton Smith, the center fielder, to lead this one off. A little bit of an overcast day here at first pitch. Had some intermittent rain early on. See if that continues. Woods a righty, and Smith a lefty to lead this one off. Not able to see balls and strikes. Don't know if they're calling them today. First pitch inside. Strike one. Smith lays off of it. Milton Smith did not play in 2022, at least on record, as pitch outside fastball evens it up at 1-1. Drafted in the 22nd round all the way back in 2018 by the Marlins. The 1-1 on its way, swung on and driven right. We'll go for a foul ball, so 1-2. A lot of range in center field. .978 fielding percentage as one's fouled off back and to the left. So count remains at 1-2. Woods a rough year before coming here at UNLV. 9.47 ERA. 10 strikeouts to pair with 24 hits. Played in the MLB Draft League the summer before this, but again, mostly seeing time as a reliever. The 1-2 will do it over again. That one blocked behind the plate. Got a little offline. Uliana back there at catcher, at least it seems to be. We're going to have a big rotation of guys going in and out today. So now the 2-2 to Smith. Connected on that one, hit on a short hop to first. First baseman will go over, tag the bag. That's Barfield recording the first out. So one down, top of the first as Milton Smith is retired. Now in steps Casey Petersen. Petersen last season played out in Ogden for the Raptors. Righty-righty matchup here as the first pitch from Woods inside for strike one. Petersen didn't offer at it. Woods going to his fastball early. It's down and out. Evens the count at 1-1. The 1-1 on its way. Just outside. Ball two. Not Petersen. Switching over, this is Encarnacion. As he fouls one off. Count up to 2-2. Encarnacion, known a little more for his defensive prowess than his ability with the bat. Last season with the Vibes, 3 home runs, 19 RBIs. One of 3 players on this spring training roster to play at Lynn College. The 2-2 on its way, swung on and missed. And Encarnacion retired on strikes. So 2 down now in the top of the first. As Woods continues to work. In steps the big right fielder, Brandon Trammell. Woods a quick pitch. Pitch clock here in the Pioneer League as 1 outside. It's a 1-0 count. Not a whole lot of velocity on that fastball for Trammell, but no one's really been, for Woods, no one's really been able to hit it yet as a ball low and in the dirt. Didn't get past Uliana, though. Trammell coming over from the Rough Riders. Limited experience there, only 48 plate appearances, but hit pretty well. Ball high. Count at 3-1. In those 48 plate appearances, batting 386 as that's ball 4, goes high, so Woods will walk one, not able to retire the side 1-2-3. And now comes the cleanup hitter Dusty Stroop. Played his last season of ball in Idaho Falls. Pretty successful year for him, batting .368, 24 homers, and 108 RBIs. That was in his second year pro, now in his third year. Woods' first pitch outside for ball 1. Those 24 homers for Stroop was a career high as a pickoff move to first. Unable to get Trammell as he slides back in. Barfield starting at first today for the home team. We'll hear a lot more about him later. Pitch outside, ball 2. So now a 2-0 count. Stroop played his college ball at Missouri Western. That was 4 years ago now. Trying to make his way to the majors. Another pitch outside, now a 3-0 count. Woods in danger of walking 2 batters in a row after retiring the first 2. Measures up the 3-0. Be inside for strike 1. So Woods lives to die another pitch. On deck, it's Edmund American. Not a guy you want to face in this spot, but neither is Stroop as he connects with one, drills it out to right field. Over the head of the right fielder. It'll careen off the wall. Taylor will get to it and throw it into the infield, but that'll be runners on second and third as a 2-out double that time for Dusty Stroop gives a little life in the top of the inning. Still 0-0. First hit of this one. And now in steps American. Well, actually looks like it might do it for the top of the first. Not sure why they're ending things here, but we'll move to the bottom. And we'll see Christian Scafidi take the mound. We'll be back with you in just a moment for his first appearance in a Vibes uniform. See you in just a bit. Back with you on the Vibes TV network for the bottom of the first. Score still knotted at 0-0. We'll see Scafidi here on the mound for the away side, making his Vibes debut. Digging in on the other side, it's Nick Cup Allen, another guy making his Vibes debut. First pitch inside for ball one. Fastball's got a lot of velo on it, and that's no surprise for a guy who may not have played a long time, but still a lot of experience. Coming over from Italy, playing in Fortitudo last year as second pitch inside. Knots things up at 1-1. Last year, an ERA of just 2, 34 strikeouts to go with 20 hits. The 1-1 in for strike 2. Scafidi played in the World Baseball qualifiers for Team Italy. Not seeing any time in the real thing, though. Another fastball that'll catch the inside, and now it's 2-2. Cup Allen on the other side, making his pro debut. He's a 2021 NJCAA first-team All-American. As now the count runs full. Slender guy, but don't let that fool you. A lot of pop in that bat. 13 home runs on the season last year. Playing for Chandler Gilbert Community College in Arizona as ball 4, and you'll get aboard. So Scafidi walks the first batter he sees, and up next, it's Casey Petersen. Big left fielder, had a massive year out in Grand Junction. Now in his second year pro. Last year, 14 homers, batting .469. Taking off for second is Cup Allen. The throw is not in time as he'll swipe a bag. So the home side already pushing it here. This Cup Allen will grab a little bit more of a leadoff. The 0-1 now to Petersen. Doesn't offer at it, and it's inside for strike 2. Scafidi deciding on a pitch now. Behind the plate, it's Brady West. That one connected on and driven towards center field. Smith is there to make the play. Tagging up from second is Cup Allen, and he'll make it in time. So Petersen drilling into that one, but not enough to get it over the head of Smith in center. So that will bring up Barfield. Real interesting story behind Jacob Barfield. Played for the Vibes back in 2021. Then went over to the Lancaster Barnstormers of the Atlantic League. Batted .261, 4 homers, 23 RBIs there. But not as good as his time with the Vibes. In 2021, batted .331, 21 home runs, and 70 RBIs as the first pitch is in and blocked behind the plate. Just looks like it was a little bit mishandled by West. Seemed like a strike right down the middle. Again, no deliberation today on balls and strikes, so calling it as I see it here. Might not be the best umpire. Probably call a better game than Angel Hernandez, though. The 0-1 fouled off right side. 0-2 now. Definitely one of the bigger storylines of this season is Barfield coming back. As I mentioned, gave the Vibes a lot of production in 2021. Now in his 5th year pro. Staring down in 0-2. Scafidi, the pitch. That one in the dirt, blocked behind the plate by West. Count runs to 1-2. One out, one on. The bottom of the first. It's Cup Allen at third. Driven out into right field. Taylor is there to make the play. Tagging up and in to score on the sacrifice fly is Nick Cup Allen. That'll get us our first run of the game. Bottom of the first now. So 1-0 for the home side. Now comes Carson Maxwell. 2 down, bottom of the first, home team leads. Played last season for the Joliet Slammers, as he does an offer at the first one, just inside, ball 1. Back in February, the Vibes traded for Maxwell, offering up future considerations. The 0-1 popped up into right field. Taylor is under it, and he'll make the third out of the bottom of the first. So that'll do it for the first inning of play. The home team leads it through one frame, 1-0. We'll be back with you for the top of the second in just a moment. I'm Hudson Ridley. You're watching the Vibes TV Network. Back with you here for the top of the second, Vibes TV Network. Home side leads this one, 1-0. Not a whole lot of action at the plate so far. As Edmund Americans digs in. Wood still on the mound. The righty delivers. Strike one down the middle. American in 2022 played ball with the South Bend Cubs. He was a part of the Cubs organization for 5 years. Here's the 0-1. Catches the outside corner, strike 2. Last year, very limited time with South Bend. Ball high, that's a 1-2 count now. Only 29 plate appearances, no home runs, no RBIs for American. Batted .214 on the season. The 1-2, that one driven out into center, up the middle. That's a single for American to lead off the top of the second. So now none gone in the top of the second, one on. And in steps Nick Michaels. Michaels, a very interesting story. He's played for both the Vibes and the Raptors in the Pioneer League last year with the Vibes. Batted .284, 6 home runs, 43 RBIs. As the first pitch from Woods is high for ball 1. This is Michael's third year pro. You can find a lot more about him, though, on his Wix.com website, in which he promotes his abilities. Count runs to 1-1. American, small lead off at first. Woods on the 1-1, popped over the head of second and driven into right center field. That one will get back towards the wall, bouncing off the wall. American, good speed, rounding third into home to score. No play at the plate or at second. And Nick Michaels drives one in to tie this game at 1. It's a stand-up double. We're knotted at 1-1. So now Michaels on second, and up comes Brady West. West played last season in Idaho Falls. The catcher for the home side today. The away side. It's big swing and a miss at the first pitch. Puts him down 0-1. Played college at North Greenville. It was 4 years ago, now in his third year pro. Another big swing and a miss. 2 big hacks. He's trying to drive in Michaels from second. The 0-2 from the stretch, popped foul. Going left side into the bleachers. It's the first foul ball we've seen today travel into the bleachers as they've been cleaned. Might need a little bit of a heads up when that travels in. Some ominous clouds out in right field. We'll see if those drag on in. Count still at 0-2 and a big swing and a miss. 3 big swings, only connecting on one and driving it foul, and West is retired. Woods now with 2 strikeouts on the day. 1 gone in the top of the second, 1-1 game. Michael still on third as in comes Carter Mize. Mize, someone who caught my eye during research, was hoping he may have had any relation to Casey Mize of the Tigers. No connection there, though, as first pitch outside, ball 1. Mize also in his first year pro, like a lot of players on this team. Last year at Missouri Baptist, batted .304, drove in 38 RBIs, 13 home runs. Was looking for a home run on that big hack. Nothing doing. Count even up at 1-1. Woods, one of the 4 pitchers we'll see for this home team as they cycle through guys today. As mentioned pregame, pitching a big issue. As the 1-1 popped back to the plate, picked up by Woods, thrown onto first. Throw in time. It'll advance a runner. So now 2 outs with Michaels on third. Looks like Uliana needed new glasses behind the plate as in steps Nick Smith. Woods' first pitch high for ball 1. We'll see how long they take Woods into this game. Still the top of the second, 2 gone. But mostly been used as a reliever throughout his career. Nice framing by Uliana, but still looks like it'll be a 2-0 count. My strike zone might be big here, folks. We'll see. The 2-0 swing and a miss. Looks like Smith was out in front of that pitch. Good movement by Woods. Smith might have been sitting fastball there. So now the 2-1. Swing and a miss again. Looks like that was a 2-2 instead. And a strikeout to end the top of the second. So knotting things up at 1-1 as the home team is due up to bat. We'll be back with you in just a moment. I'm Hudson Ridley. You're watching the Vibes TV Network. All set to go for the bottom of the second on the Vibes TV network. Scafidi still on the mound. Up now is Sonny Uliana. Big trade acquisition this offseason for the Vibes as he stares at a first pitch strike. Vibes traded Shannon Herrera to Ogden in exchange for Uliana. This is his third-year pro. Takes ball one. Scafidi not mixing in a whole lot to his pitch mix here, relying heavily on fastball so far, but a lot of good velo. Guys haven't really been able to catch up to it. Tries a little movement that time. It's in the dirt and blocked by West. Count up to 2-1. Uliana, big swing and miss guy, struck out 55 times last year as he fouls one off. Count up to 2-2. A lot of those big swings and misses that resulted in those 55 strikeouts, though. Ended up in his career high in home runs with 10. Had 68 hits to pair with that as well. 45 RBIs, batted .333. Checks his swing. Looks like he went around, appealed to first, but no one's looking. I'm going to say here, as the umpire from up here, that he held up. Looks like the first base coach / first base umpire is going to agree here. So a full count. The payoff pitch to Uliana. Low and through the legs of West, and Uliana will take his base. So Scafidi walking the leadoff man to begin the bottom of the second. And now one on with no outs. In steps Elvis Peralta. Undersized shortstop, but don't let that fool you. A lot of talent with the glove. Played in the Diamondbacks organization last year. Both Double-A and High-A. Stares at a first pitch strike. Drafted all the way back in 2019 in the 26th round by the A's. Was traded last year to the Diamondbacks. Not able to catch the corner that time, so count runs up to 1-1. Peralta lefty against righty Scafidi. Big swing and a miss. Steps out of the box, resets. Need to be quick now with these new batter and pitch clock rules. As Peralta digs back in. Batted 179 last year in limited plate appearances, though, only 62. This is his first year in Indy ball. Pitch on the way outside. Levels things up at 2-2. The 2-2 on its way. Mishandled by West behind the plate and an easy jog over by Uliana to swipe second. Count runs full now. Good job by Peralta in this at-bat. Battling back in the count, evening things up, and then getting ahead now 3-2. Uliana in scoring position. No one gone here, bottom of the second. Game still knotted at 1-1. Lead off by Uliana at second. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, and he's down on strikes. Peralta chased that high fastball, put everything he had into it, but just too high that time from Scafidi. And so now one down in the bottom of the second. Up comes the switch-hitting second baseman, Anders Green. As the first pitch way outside, ball one. Green played a little bit of time in the Pioneer League last year with the Paddleheads before switching to Indy ball in Oregon. Batted .227, though, in his time with the Paddleheads. Next pitch high. Works the count to 2-0. Now 3-0 from Scafidi. Not able to locate the zone against the second-year pro. Third year out of William Jessup College, NAIA level. As he takes strike one, probably not going to have the green light there. Scafidi knew that, took advantage, powered a fastball right down the middle. So 3-1, we'll see if he gives him a challenge pitch here. Another strike right down the middle, so Scafidi battling back in the count this time and working it to full. Testing his arm early on, a lot of full counts here for the Italian native. Taking off for third as Uliana, pitch outside, throw on to third, not in time, and now runners on the corners for the home team. Good jump that time from Uliana. Didn't have the best speed as the throw nearly got him. Michaels with a good tag, just barely beat it that time. Good operation all around. Solid pitch, solid throw to third, good tag, just not in time. So now in digs Trevor Johnson, the DH. First pitch he'll take outside for ball one. Kind of looked like a slider there from Scafidi, just a quick one. Maybe even a cutter, it was that fast. Johnson's first year pro. As he takes strike one. Count up to 1-1. Last year, though, at McPherson College, a heck of a year. Batting .400 with 19 home runs, 73 RBIs as he drives one back up the middle. Encarnacion can't field it, rounding second into third as a runner comes in to score. And the home team takes the lead now 2-1. But that'll do it for the inning. Some surprise endings to the innings here. As a 2-1 lead does it. Well, we'll be back for the top of the third here on the Vibes TV network. I'm Hudson Ridley. You're watching Vibes Baseball. Back with you for the top of the third on the Vibes TV network. Home team leads it 2-1. Woods still on the mound for the away side. As in digs the big switch hitter, Jordan Harrison Dudley, one of the biggest question marks of this season. Have him listed at DH in right field, and that makes sense because what he does is hit. Average not too high. Back in his time at Cameron University, batting .294. Had 9 home runs, though, and a big swing and a miss. You figured you'd see a lot of that out of him. Standing at a big 6'4". When he connects with it, though, it's appointment television, as he has the power to send it over. Another big hack and a miss, though. Can't catch up to that fastball of Woods. Played 4 years of college ball at Cameron. Facing an 0-2 now. Inside, lays off that one. Boy, if you saw his first 2 swings, you figured he might swing at that. Good discipline, though, that time as it runs in on him on the hands. 1-2 now. Takes one inside for strike 3, and he's down on strikes. So now the lineup flips over as Milton Smith back into bat. Struck out on his first at-bat. Lefty-righty matchup here. Smith drills one to first, snagged there by Barfield, steps on the bag, and records the second out of this top of the third. Great diving play that time from Barfield. Now in comes Encarnacion. Mentioned all the way back in the top of the first, known more for the glove than for the bat. Only 3 home runs last year as he pops one right side foul. Showed off a lot of that glove in warm-ups, though. Absolute cannon, too. Can sling it across the diamond. Both those things combined earned him the South Florida Collegiate League Defensive Player of the Year last year as he pops one up into shallow center field. Ranging back for it and making the play is Cup Allen to end this top of the third. So 1, 2, 3 they go as the home side due up to bat now. We'll be back with you in just a moment on the Vibes TV Network. I'm Hudson Ridley. Bottom of the third, set to get underway here on the Vibes TV Network. Scafidi still on the mound for the away side as they trail 2-1. Last inning ended because of pitch count. Scafidi working a lot of those counts to full. So far, tendency to get behind in the count. As in digs Jeffries. Swings at the first pitch he sees, grounds to first, stepping on the bag is Mize. And just like that, one pitch, one up, one down. Now up comes Trent Taylor. The 10-hole hitter on this lineup, that's right. We are going 1 through 11 on the home side and 1 through 10 on the away side. Taylor, in his first year of professional baseball, played last year at UCF, University of Central Florida, that is, stares at strike one. Stat line last year, very familiar to some Vibes fans. Batting .349, no home runs with 20 RBIs. A little bit similar to Gio Diaz, perhaps, who the Vibes lost to the Gary Railcats just a month ago. For my Syracuse boys who will hear this tape, shout out to Zach Lesson. How you doing? That pitch fouled off. Left side as Taylor spoils a breaking ball. Looked like he was sitting fastball that time. Caught up to that one. Played last summer in the MLB Draft League, and the summer before that he played on Cape Cod. So he's played in some pretty big situations despite not taking a pro at-bat until this point. And now looking at an 0-2 hole. Scafidi, the pitch inside, runs in on him. Not sure if it got him or not. Looks like it might have, but he's staying in the box. So now 1-2. Into the dirt. Pushes the count up to 2-2. Taylor, one of the more recent additions for the Vibes. One of the many players in his first year pro. Pops one up right side foul as that one travels all the way into the picnic area. Lives to die another pitch. Count at 2-2 now. Scafidi delivers. Looks like they're going to call him out on strikes. No call there. Unfortunately, no umpire to rule whether or not we get balls and strikes here. So Taylor, who thought he had a free base, turns out and he heads back to the dugout with a strikeout. So in comes Jack Lang. Another DH here. And yet another late addition. Was drafted in the second round by the Vibes this year. As he looks at ball one high. Scafidi, yet again, first pitch fastball. Loves to go with that. A lot of hitters not challenging him on that, though. Just depends on whether or not he can locate. The 1-0. Inside for strike one. Jack Lang, yet another first-year pro. Played college ball at Purdue Fort Wayne, batting .303. Swing and a miss that time. Runs the count up to 1-2. He was the 18th overall pick in the second round by the Vibes. Last year, 10 home runs, 30 RBIs. The 1-2 inside evens the count up at 2-2. So 2 gone in the bottom of the third. The 2-2 on its way, swung on, grounded over to third, picked up bare hand, throw on to first in time. What a play at third from Michaels. And that'll do it for the inning. So still a 2-1 game in favor of the home side. We'll be back with you in just a moment as the away team is due up to bat in the top of the fourth. I'm Hudson Ridley. You're watching the Vibes TV Network. Ready to go here for the top of the fourth on the Vibes TV Network. Hudson Ridley with you. Home team leads this one 2-1. It's Connor Wood still on the mound for the home side. Trammell digs in, and we're set to go already. First pitch strike. Seen a lot of that today. No one offering at the first pitch fastball. Maybe no one has the green light to swing. So the 0-1 to Trammell. Woods works quickly and maybe too quickly as he nails him in the back, and Trammell will take a base. So our first hit by pitch of this contest will bring up Dusty Stroop. Another one of those guys with a lot of pop, as the away team looks to get back in this one. First pitch catches the outside of the plate. Good framing that time by Juliana. Facing the 0-1. Swung on, and that one will get through into the gap in right field. Rounding second and into third is Trammell sliding in. Throw not in time. So now runners on the corners for the away side. That ball, as it went into the gap in right, hit Trammell in the leg and still trickled on by. Taylor got to it in right, slung it in, and it was a good throw, just not in time as Trammell, big guy but some wheels on him, was able to slide in. And now runners on the corners for American. First pitch down and in, ball one. American making his Pioneer League debut. Last summer he played for Curaçao in the Caribbean Series. Didn't get a lot of action there. Throw to second on the steal attempt. Was it in time? Looks like it was. Solid throw, but an even better tag. Great pop time behind the plate from Uliana. That's why you go out and trade for a guy like that. So now two gone, top of the fourth, rather. This is the second pitch to American. Also a ball. The 2-1, driven right side and foul. Evens things up at 2-2. Trammell itching to score from third. Trying to tie this game. The away side only down one. The righty pitch from Woods on the 2-2 spoiled off. So American will see one more. Woods getting fairly deep into this one for being touted as a reliever coming into this season. Wonder when we'll see the rest of the bullpen on his team. We also have Woods, Byrne, and Draves. The 2-2 again, just high. So now the count runs full. On deck is Nick Michaels. Woods hoping not to get to that point, though. Full count, 2 outs, pitch on the way. That one connected on towards first. The throw goes home. The tag at the plate is in time. Looks like there might have only been one gone. That play needed to be made. Now, not entirely sure if that tag was in time, but we'll say it wasn't. So we'll say it was. We'll say it remains at 2-1. This is my refereeing or umping debut, rather. Throw on to second, another steal attempt. That one looks like it was just behind. Is in there to swipe the bag is American. Next pitch, that one looks like I don't think he held up. No appeal to first. We'll say it's strike one. On Nick Michaels' website, he has a quote that says, he can play multiple positions and be a leader on and off the field. As he takes ball 2, count up to 2-1. That was from his college coach at Laverne. Again, very interesting that he has a Wix.com website. You can find a lot about him on there. Big leadoff for American at second as this one is driven into left center field. American rounding third, relay not in time as this one is knotted at 2-2. Michaels drives one in. And for pitch count reasons, that'll do it for the top of the fourth. We'll be back with you for the bottom of the fourth in just a moment as things roll on. We're tied 2-2. I'm Hudson Ridley here on the Vibes TV Network. It's time to go again on the Vibes TV Network. Hudson Ridley back with you. Scafidi still on the mound as we get things started here. Lineup turns over for the home side as Nick Cup Allen due up to bat. Has some pop in that bat besides the fact that he's skinny as he fouls one off towards the right side. 0-1 count to start things off. Powered 10 long balls over the fence. Excuse me, not 10, 13 rather. That was back in 2022. He sees ball one. Count up to 1-1. This will probably be the last inning we see Scafidi. Not sure how long they're going to take his pitch count as a fastball misses low. 2-1. Played 5 years of college ball, 4 of them at Penn, 1 of them at Notre Dame. Rifles one towards the right side as Cup Allen as he knots things back up at 2-2. Jeez, that thing had some heat off the bat. The 2-2 inside for strike 3. Rung him up. 85-mile-an-hour fastball, but it went right down the middle. Might have had a little bit of movement to it, but it's kind of impossible to tell with this cage in the way here. So now digging in. It'll be Casey Petersen as he sees his first pitch low. Petersen, another one of the Pioneer League standouts that the Vibes were able to add. Count up to 1-1. Humble beginnings, though, played NAIA baseball in St. Catherine in California. Takes a third pitch, Low for ball 2. Tried pitching himself for 2 innings back in St. Catharines. And in those 2 innings, earned a 19 ERA, so not sure he'll be seeing the other side of the plate anytime soon. Count now up to 3-1 as a fastball misses low. Readies for a challenge pitch. Scafidi delivers. That one connected on left side and foul. He got all of that one. Count runs full. If he squared that up, that would have gone a mile. Known for doing that, in Grand Junction he amassed 14 home runs. 75 RBIs on the season. Next pitch outside, and that'll walk him. Or maybe not. Tough to keep track of what they're calling a ball and what they're calling a strike here. Now a full count pitch. That one hit towards second, picked up on a hop. Throw on to first is high, but in time. Great play that time from Green at second. Was able to turn it over to Barfield and record that out. Looks like that'll do it for more pitch regulations here. Not wanting to stress your pitchers out too much in a spring training game. Makes sense. Keeping the inning short, so we'll keep things short here for the bottom of the 4th. We'll return for the top of the 5th here on the Vibes TV Network. I'm Hudson Ridley. Top of the 5th, set to get underway here. Vibes TV Network. We have a pitching change for the home side. As Michael Byrne comes in to get the ball from Connor Woods, excuse me. First pitch outside for ball 1. wasting no time. Second pitch also inside now, though. So the count up to 2-0. Lefty-lefty matchup. Ball low and inside against Barfield. Three 3-1 fouled off that one, finding its way into the cage that the coaches have set up behind home plate. A little bit of a view obstructor, but keeps them protected at least. They can see what's going on. The 2-2 outside. Ball 3 now. Looks like Byrne just lost control of that one a little bit. His next pitch swung on and missed. And set down on strikes. Trying to find the spot in the order here. Things keep rotating around. It makes it a little bit tough. Looks like it's Carter Mize up now. Big first baseman. Burns' first pitch fouled off. Left side. Spent his last year in Double-A ball with Cincinnati. Played for the Chattanooga Lookouts. Not a whole lot of experience last year. Only 5.1 innings pitched, but in those 5.1 innings, his pitch in for strike one. Strike two, rather. In those 5.1 innings, 6.75 ERA as a big swing and miss from Mize. Well, that'll move it to strike two, I guess. 1-2. Byrne played his college ball at Florida, is popped up right side by Mize. Ranging over for it is Barfield, who can't make the play. All the way over in the right side bullpen. Went all the way to the wall in right field. That one would have been one where a fan could have reached over and snagged that one. No fans here, though, today for this spring training affair. 3-1, the home side leads it. Pitch outside. Count runs up to full. Byrne not too happy about that one. Thought he got the outside edge. Now it's 2-2. The lefty kicks, deals. Swing and a miss. Sets Mize down on strikes. Big battle that time for Byrne, but he gets the best of them. So now in comes Nick Smith. Still yet to find stats for him. There, believe it or not, are a lot of Nick Smiths that play baseball. Specifically catcher somehow. First pitch on its way for strike one. Due up to bat. Jordan Harrison Dudley. We'll see if we get to that point, though, with two gone here. In the top of the fifth. Not going to offer at that one. Although he thought about it. So the count at 1-0 for Smith. Byrne on the 1-0 loses complete control of that one. All the way outside, so 2-0 count now. Probably was looking to have that one break back inside just a little bit, but couldn't get his fingers around, and now it's 2-0. Swing and a miss that time from Smith as he unloaded. Wanted all of that one. 2-1, big swing to miss that time. Looks like one of those balls was ruled a strike as that puts Smith down on strikes. So that'll do it for the top of the fifth as we move to the bottom. I'm Hudson Ridley. You're watching Vibes TV. And we're back. Bottom of the fifth, Vibes TV network. Scaffidi's day here on the mound is done for the home side. As in comes Marvin Guzman in relief. Righty-righty matchup to start things off with Jacob Barfield. First pitch outside, ball one. Guzman, one of three players to play at Lynn College. In his first year pro as well, last year at Lynn, 8.36 ERA. Count evens up at 1-1. 37 strikeouts on the year, pretty respectable. Pair that with 53 hits, though, not his best year of his career. The 1-1 on its way, just a little bit high. Ball two. West not doing him many favors there behind the plate. There's another one that's just high. Looks like they'll say ball four as the first one was outside. So Barfield will get on base with a 4-pitch walk. Guzman looking to shake some of the struggles he had last season. In digs Carson Maxwell. No one gone. Man on first. First pitch outside and low. Ball one. Breaking ball clocked at 82. Maxwell played his college ball back in McNeese. 4 years of NCAA baseball. Pretty high level, too. McNeese. Pretty solid squad there in Louisiana. Now the 1-1. Yet another righty-righty matchup here. Is inside. Strike 2. Maxwell last year played over in Joliet for the Slammers of the Frontier League. Batted .251 there. It's his 7th year pro. Pitch on its way outside. Runs the count up to full. It's now a payoff pitch incoming. Barfield with a little lead off at first. The righty deals inside. That'll run the count full. Maxwell, the former Diamondback, starting at third base for this home side. Popped right back to the plate, knocks off of Guzman, who hustles over to it, won't make the throw onto first. And he's going to take a second here. Maxwell drove that right back up the middle. Hit Guzman on the back, and he's down. We'll take a quick break here on the Vibes TV network. Be back with you in just a moment. So back with you. Guzman rises to his feet, steps off the field. Not sure if we'll see him continue today. Not sure if we'll see this inning continue too after that. Looks like we might just flip over here to the bottom of the 6th. Probably. Looks like we might. Yep, so we'll move on to the bottom of the 6th here. Vibes TV Network. We'll be back with you in just a moment. Top of the 6th, coming at you here on the Vibes TV network. Home side still up 3-0. As Jordan Harrison Dudley looks at a first pitch ball low. Three swings, 3 misses for him his last time up on a strikeout. Not swinging at that one, though. Count moves to 2-0. Multi-sport athlete in high school, played basketball, baseball, and football. Third pitch inside and low now. Byrne trying to locate the zone. Not having much luck yet. And a 4-pitch walk drawn that time by Jordan Harrison Dudley. If you've watched his first at-bat, not something you thought we would see, but showing a lot of patience that time. Good eye, and taking a base. So now with no one gone here, we'll see the lineup turn over. First pitch outside, ball 1 to Milton Smith. Still yet to see a lot of athletic displays out of anybody. Interested to see what Harrison Dudley can do on the base path as a former 3-sport athlete, as he has a lead off at first. Second pitch fouled off and will knot things up at 1-1. Milton Smith in warm-ups, good amount of pop in that bat, even though he only homered 4 times in his last year. Fouls one off left side, and that one has left the park. Won't be getting that ball back anytime soon. That's all right, though. It's just spring training. Can always re-up. Smith trying to narrow the gap. His team trails 2-0. Lost control that time. Byrne for the second time on a breaking ball. Looked like he was trying for a slider and just completely lost it. Nearly drilled Smith. Smith stepped out of the way. It was fully in that right side batter's box. But Byrne will live to pitch again here. At a 1.88 ERA in college. As the throw from Byrne over the head of the first baseman, Dudley will round second into third. Will they call him home? No, they won't. They'll hold him up at third. The throw was a little offline there to first and just got over the head of the first baseman, Barfield, that time. And then it all broke loose. Tried for that pickoff. And Byrne just missing. Brine. Not a great day for Brine on the day so far. In jeopardy of narrowing the gap by 1. The 2-2 on its way outside. Count runs full. Brine, full count pitch. That one chopped to second, picked up on a hop, throw on to first. Got him, but just barely. That'll drive in a run on the sacrifice. So in comes Dudley to score. Smith will head back to the dugout. Because now there's 2 gone, and that will bring up Joe Encarnacion. A lot of power in this murderer's row coming up here. As Bryan misses outside again, ball 1. 2 gone here, top of the 6th, inside, way inside. Encarnacion having to jut back to avoid that pitch. Count now at 2-0. Swung on and out into right center field. It'll drop. A bloop single that time as he'll hold up at first. Looked like Taylor had a shot at it out and right. Was coming onto it, but just couldn't get it in time as it drops between Smith and Taylor. Excuse me, Green and Taylor. Or is it Smith? They substituted him out. Tough to tell who's coming in, who's coming out. Everybody working into this rotation here in spring training. Is now 1 on, 2 out, top of the 6th, and into bat with a big swing and a miss to lead things off is Brandon Trammell. Played college ball at Tennessee. If you know anything about college ball, high caliber school. Just a year ago had one of the best teams on paper, even though they didn't win it all. Stares at strike 2. Count now up to 0-2. Encarnacion at first. The lefty-lefty pitch outside. So the first ball in this count, 1-2. Bryan kicks, deals, swung on and missed. Had a chance at it right down the middle, but couldn't connect with it. And now that'll end the inning. So set to go in the bottom of the 6th when we come back with you in just a moment. The home team leads it 3-2. I'm Hudson Ridley. You're watching Vibes Baseball. Back with you on the Vibes TV network, bottom of the 6th. Set to kick off here. Uliana digs in. We have a new pitcher on the mound after Guzman had to leave the game. It's Adam Moraga. First pitch outside, ball 1. Or inside, rather, ball 1. did not play in 2022, at least of what we know from Stats Online. Only recorded 5 college games at Oklahoma Arts and Sciences College. Pitch is high. Ball 2. .61 ERA, though, in that time. 28 strikeouts to only 20 hits. The 2-0 is on its way. And inside, so ball 3. We'll see if Uliana has the green light to swing in this spot. He does, and he took it. That one hit towards first. Mize picks up sliding play, thrown onto first, and Moraga is there. What a play by Mize at first to retire the first batter of the inning. So Moraga works through one. In steps Elvis Peralta. Struck out in his first appearance. That was all the way back in the second. First pitch on its way, outside, ball 1. West tried to frame that one behind the plate. Had a good shot at it, just couldn't keep it in. The 1-0. In for strike 1. So now that fastball makes it 1-1. 90 miles an hour for Moraga. Kicks, deals on the 1-1, knocked right back up the middle and into center field. Peralta will get in with a 1-out single. Sent that one right back where it came from, over the head of Moraga, dropped right between second and short, dead straight up the middle. Now in digs Anders Green, the switch hitter. First pitch is inside for ball 1. Moraga putting his whole body into that one. Pitch is on its way, check swing. I'll say it went high on that one. We'll make it 1-1. Not sure what the 3 umpires behind the plate decided on. Pickoff move towards first. Good throw, just not in time. Moraga with a heck of an arm. Good placement on the thrower to first as well. Runner takes off for second. Peralta sliding in. Encarnacion, the tag. It's in time. Decent throw from West behind the plate, but great play by Encarnacion to lay the tag before Peralta was able to get in. Oh, they're going to say, oh, nope. They gave him a little bit of false hope there, said maybe take first. Instead, no. Next pitch, inside strike 2 to Green. So now the count up to 2-2. Clear skies here today, so not Anders Green's kind of day. He says it's always the rainy days where his best days come as he drives one towards left field. That'll get down for a base hit. Moving in towards second, and a stand-up double. Not sure if he was going to take off. He does so and gets in successfully as the throw is just a little bit offline. So now with Green on second, Trevor Johnson comes into bat. This is his first year pro. Sees a first pitch outside. Anders Green with a leadoff at second. Stepping off the mound now is Moraga, who sends Green back to second. The 1-0 to Johnson. Was going to offer at it, decided not to. Count a level at 1-1. Moraga kicks, deals. That one connected on again. It's fair. That'll go down the left side line. Not seeing it was Green, who thought that one was picked up and left. It got past the left fielder. Green still able to move in, but not a heads-up play there as he was nearly run down. So with Moraga's pitch count getting higher and higher and a run coming in, we'll end things at 4-2 in the bottom of the sixth. Top of the seventh coming at you in just a moment. I'm Hudson Ridley. You're watching the Vibes TV Network. Top of the seventh coming at you on the Vibes TV Network. Hudson Ridley flying solo for this one. As a pitching change is made, Nathan Draves comes in. For the home side, his first pitch is inside for ball one. The 0-1 also inside, nearly catches the batter on the foot. Count works up to 2-0. Popped up towards the right side, going back, ranging towards the track is Taylor, who's under it to make the play. One gone after a deep, deep blast. Great power that time from Dusty Stroop. As in digs Edmund American. Quiet year for American last year. Didn't see much playing time.
Another pitch low and outside for Draves.
Was drafted all the way back in 2017 by the Texas Rangers. Out of high school, decided to forego that. Went to Chipola College as one behind him there. Control looking low right now for Nathan Draves. Americana decided to go to Chipola College. One of the best, if not the best, community colleges for baseball in the country. As he stares at a 3-0. 2-0. Now make it 3-0 as another ball low and outside. Draves struggling so far on the mound. Allowed that deep fly out to Stroop to start the inning. And now a 4-pitch walk to American. So Draves through 2 batters has allowed a deep fly out and a 4-pitch walk. Now in comes Nick Michaels again. Michaels drove in an RBI earlier today, his first of the season, obviously, because this is the first spring training game of the season. Bats righty, decides not to swing it. First pitch, looks like that one was inside for a strike. Now up to 0-2. Only 2 years of registered baseball on Baseball Reference. He played a lot before that, but in various small independent leagues and minor leagues. As swings and misses at a 3rd pitch, and it's a 3-pitch strikeout. So that'll give Draves a little bit of momentum heading into the next batter. Brady West comes up to bat. American still on first. The 0-0. Just low and inside, ball 1 from Draves. Draves played last season for the Vibes. The 3rd player on this team to come from Lynn College. 5.17 ERA last year as a chopper up the middle. Driven back up for a single as runners will move station to station. American to second and Michaels to first. So Michaels 2 for 3 on the day. Pretty solid outing so far. As Draves gives up yet another hit. Or rather, his first hit of the day. Walked a batter, but that is his first hit that he's given up. This is his 2nd year pro. A little smaller in stature is Draves. Left-handed pitcher. Whose first pitch in this at-bat is high and outside for ball 1. Now it's Carter Mize. The Missouri Baptist grad. Doesn't offer at the 2nd pitch either, inside. 2-0 count now. American, little lead off at 2nd. Home team looking to add more to their total. Currently up 4-2. As people from the dugout calling for a balk here on Draves. Looks like he might have set twice. They're not going to give it to him, but kind of appeared to be that way. Draves steps off the mound again. Not going to balk for a 2nd time. Sizes up Mize. Mize switches his bat now. Not sure what was wrong with Mize's bat, but he'll step back in with a brand new one. Facing a 2-0. Swing and chops one off. Foul ball. Pushes the count to 2-1. Carter Mize, no relation to Casey Mize of the Detroit Tigers. Just a similar age, an uncommon last name, and a same sport. But nothing besides that. Over the head of Mize now is a passed ball. His runners will move station to station. Draves having trouble with control early on. Not something you want to see, especially out of a guy who's already spent a year with the organization. Need to settle some of the jitters so far. Two runners in scoring position for Mize. One out. Pitch on its way. Swing and a miss. Got him right down the middle. And the home team will strand two. So that'll do things for the top of the top of the seventh. We'll be back with you for the bottom of the seventh after the seventh inning stretch. You're watching Vibes Baseball. Bottom of the seventh, all set to get underway is Moraga's first pitch inside for ball one. Jeffries. Trevor Johnson sees ball one. Jeffries not coming back in this one, so the lineup changes to Johnson, then Taylor, then Lang. The 1-1 to Johnson. Backs him off the plate a little bit. 2-1 now. Right down the middle. 2-2. Knocking off at it is Johnson. Not a usual occurrence for him. 19 home runs last year at McPherson. 73 RBIs on the season as he sees ball four outside and takes his base. So now we skip over Jeffries in the lineup and we head straight to Taylor with one on, no out in the bottom of the seventh. Trent Taylor, no home runs last year at University of Central Florida. Looked like a home run swing that time as he got buckled. Strike one. Had some solid plays in right field earlier today as the count runs up to 1-1. Throw on a first, not in time. Won't bother the runner much. Pitch inside, strike two. So now Taylor staring down the barrel of a strikeout, trying to crawl his way out of here. The 2-2. Inside. Nearly got him. Pushes the count up to full. Taylor steps out of the batter's box, digs back in. Moraga will step off the mound for a second. And comes set again. Pitch low for ball three. Moraga needs a new ball here. West couldn't handle that one. So now the payoff pitch to Taylor. Big swing, foul off right side. 90 miles an hour on that pitch from Moraga. Let me tell you, he doesn't have many numbers saved up in databases, but what he doesn't have there, he makes up for numbers on the radar gun. A lot of velocity with Moraga. Payoff pitch again. Did he check his swing? They'll say he went around. So Taylor retired as we get to Jack Lang. One on, one out. Bottom of the seventh. Moraga's first pitch to Lang. Inside for strike one, not offered at. We've seen that a lot this game, where a hitter or a pitcher, will get ahead in the count with a first pitch fastball. A lot of these hitters just aren't challenging that first pitch fastball. They're not swinging first pitch, whether or not they're ready, whether or not they have the green light. Not sure what it is. Let's pick off to first way late. Moraga pitches one inside, levels the count at 1-1. From Chickasha, Oklahoma. Lines one to the right side and foul. Only played 2 seasons for the Drovers at Oklahoma College of Arts and Sciences as West can't handle one behind the plate. Throw on to second. The tag swept just behind the back of Johnson, who advances to second. West receiving another ball now. Not sure if it's Moraga or West who keeps giving the balls back to the coaches in favor of new ones. But regardless, here's the 1-1. Pitch on its way. That one driven into the gap in left center. Johnson going to stay put at third, and now runners on the corners for the home team here in the bottom of the 7th. So new addition to the game here is Lopez, up to bat now for the first time in this one. Hasn't seen any action all day, rather. Now with one out and runners on the corners, has a chance to tack a few more on. First pitch, heater. Misses off the outside of the plate, ball 1. Next pitch taken for strike 1. Ethan Lopez, not a name we thought we'd see in this one today. Played college ball at Hawaii. First pitch high. Strike 1. Ball 1. Ball 2, rather. Played a little for the Vibes last season, as well as Aguascalientes in Mexico. Looked like the runner might take off from second. Tag applied by Mize, not in time. Looked like Lang wanted to stretch that to second. Lopez fouls one off. Lopez has played 3 seasons of professional ball in the United States and in Mexico. As one gets by West, looks like there's not going to be really much of a play at the plate. As Smith tried to take off way early and got hosed. The net there helped the backstop. Not sure if they're going to tack that on as a run. I think they might, though. I think this will go to 5-2. Lopez holds up there. Pitch inside. They're going to call it a strike, though. So Lopez will head back to the dugout as he's knocked down on strikes. Moraga will get out of this one, and to the top of the 8th we go. You're watching Vibes Baseball. I'm Hudson Ridley on the Vibes TV network. Back here on the Vibes TV network, top of the 8th, set to go, and we have a pitching change. It's Alexis Sedano on the mound for the home side. Sedano's first year in Indy ball as Nick Smith fouls off one that goes a mile into the parking lot. Oh, and based on its trajectory, might have hit my car. We'll find that out later, I guess. So Nick Smith, first pitch swinging, puts him at 0-1 and drills another foul ball right field. Late on both of these pitches, but still able to connect with them. Sedano, the closer for this one. It's been the last few years in the Oakland A's organization. Last year, though, not so great. 11.25 ERA is slots one in there. Just a little bit high. It's ball one. One and two on its way. Chopped off. Smith will live to die another day here. Now, this might be Draves here. Draves' pitch low for ball two. Unclear when they substitute guys in and out. Only my first day on the job here, so not too familiar with everybody's faces. No numbers to go off of. No lineup to go off of. But I think this might be Draves. Fouled off again. So a 6-pitch at-bat now. About to make it 7 for Nick Smith, who stays alive. Oliana ready behind the plate. Draves' pitch connected on and driven into left field. Will get down for a single. Hit right at the left fielder, Petersen. Able to reel it in. And so with none gone here in the bottom of the 8th. Excuse me, the top of the 8th. None gone here in the top of the 8th. One on. The away team keeps plugging away at this lead. 5-2, the home team leads. First pitch to Jordan Harrison Dudley. Taken for strike one. We'll see if he showcases off some of that pop in this at-bat. Oh, and he tried to. Had a pitch to hit and just could not connect. Samurai'd on that one as he fell to his knees, but nearly had a bomb to narrow the score. Away side down 3. In there for strike 2. 1-2 count to Harrison Dudley. The 1-2 popped up foul, and that one goes a mile in the air. Going back towards left and popping up into the front office. So we'll do the 1-2 over again. From the stretch, the pitch. Inside, looks like they're going to say off the mark. Maybe a little high there for ball 2. The 2-2 to Dudley. Swing and a miss. Sat down on strikes. That really is the big question mark going into this season as Lopez comes back up to bat. Saw him strike out looking early on. That question mark, though, surrounding Harrison Dudley is going to be huge. He has so much power in that bat. The only issue is making contact on some of these pitches as Lopez lines one into right center, diving for it, but getting past the glove as Lopez into second with a stand-up double. Coming home now is Smith, who steps in for the easy score. Taylor tried to get one out there in right, full extension on the dive and got past him. Cup Allen had to come over to pick that one up for Smith. Nearly had a web gem of a play out in right field, but just a little too far. So Lopez on with a stand-up double, driving one in and narrowing the gap. Now a 5-3 ball game. First pitch into Smith is high as the lineup turns over for the away side. Smith, not much success on the day. Second pitch is inside for Draves. Popped up over the head of short and into left center. That'll be picked up in center field by Cup Allen. Throw on to second, maybe almost got him. If it was an accurate throw, it could have, but Lopez rounds third, comes in to score, and now it's 5-4 with a runner in scoring position as things going wrong for Draves here. Lopez, a integral part of this Vibes team over the last 2 seasons. Last year drove in 10 home runs, 48 RBIs. His ball taken low by Encarnacion. Next one, swing and a miss. Put all of his power into that one. Just couldn't connect. The 1-1. Going back to Lopez last year for the Aguascalientes and the highest league of the Mexican division, didn't get a whole lot of playing time, but still making the roster, showing that he was able to be on the team and keeping himself sharp. Has now taken in an at-bat for both sides. As now Encarnacion faces a 1-2 count. Draves looking to work out of this inning, already allowing 2. The pitch on its way outside. Count runs up to 2-2. Checks his swing. Did he go around? They're going to say he did. So Encarnacion strikes out. And with some pitch limitations, pitch count limitations, the top of the 8th will end. We'll be back with you in just a moment for the bottom of the 8th. I'm Hudson Ridley. You're watching Vibes Baseball on the Vibes TV network. Bottom of the 8th, set to go, Vibes TV Network. Our last scheduled pitcher of the day, Alexis Sedano. Set to go here, his first year of Indie Ball. Spent time with the Oakland A's organization. All 5 years exactly, or all 4 years rather. This is his 5th year pro. Solid career in those 4 years. Last of those 4 years, though. 11.25 ERA. Not exactly where he wants it, so a little bit of a redemption tour here for Sedano, but let me tell you, when he was warming up here in the pop of the glove, as second pitch low for ball 2, when he was warming up here in the pop of the glove was something. Sedano has a rocket arm. 2-0. Inside, strike 1. Righty on righty here as the lineup turns over for the home side. It's Nick Cup Allen. The 2-1 from Sedano. Kicks, deals in between the legs of West, who couldn't hang on to it. Count runs up to 3-1. So far, Cup Allen looking a little shell-shocked, maybe. This heat coming in from Sedano, it's not showing up on the board. It's only showing up mid-80s. Definitely a lot faster than mid-80s. A breaking ball hit towards third and just foul. Michaels picked it up. He was ready to turn and make a play, but just beyond that third base line. So Cup Allen will step in again. 2021 NJCAA First Team All-American. With the chance to do a little damage for the home team. Spoils one off. And stays alive. Count stays at 2-2. Home side leads at 5-4. Not sure if we'll go a full 9, but at this point, we very well might. Sedano's pitch swung on, check swing, but that's strike 3. Throw on to first as it was in the dirt. Is in time for West, and the first is retired of the bottom of the 8th. So now digs in Casey Petersen. The lefty going against the righty Sedano. Batted .469 last year in Grand Junction. This Vibes team not in need of a whole lot of run support. They did well with that in 2022. Bouncer to second, throw on to first. Routine play is in time. As now there are 2 down. Stroop flashing the leather that time. The issue has not been the hitting. Last year definitely made up for most of the positives. The team as a whole batted .326, only 7 runs per game, 35 home runs on the season. So definitely not where this team struggled. In comes Carson Maxwell, swings at the first pitch he sees and misses. Excuse me, that's Jacob Barfield. Carson Maxwell is on deck now. Jacob Barfield could provide a lot of those positives, especially on the hitting side. Last time he played with the Vibes as he takes ball 1 there. Count moves up to 1-1. Last time Barfield played for the Vibes, 21 home runs in that season, 70 RBIs while batting .332. All the negatives have mostly come on the pitching side, though. The team ERA that ballooned within the first game and stayed that way the entire season, 9.34 on the season. As I mentioned before the game, the elevation definitely can't help with that. UC Health Ballpark sitting at a whopping 6,531 feet. That's about 1,000 feet higher than Coors. As Sedano steps off the mound, Barfield digs back in. Barfield's team, the home side, leads it 5-4 here in the bottom of the 8th. Takes ball 2 outside. Not an outrageous game on either side, pitching or hitting-wise. Both sides have looked solid. Still yet to see a home run. But a decent amount of hits so far. Not a ton of walks. Not super unusual, considering 12.8 hits allowed by the team last year. Now, that was with a completely different pitching lineup. Only one pitcher from last year returning for this year. And strike 3 called that time. Barfield takes that one looking. And with pitch count raisins, that'll take us to the top of the 9th. So we'll return with you in just a moment. Or are we ending things here? Looks like Sedano may have gotten his reps in and everybody's packing up. So no need to play that extra frame as things close out here. The home team takes it 5-4. Thank you so much for no one for tuning in, but for the folks of you who would have tuned in, thank you so much for tuning into this broadcast of Vibe Spring Training. A lot of good action today. We'll see if this will carry over through the rest of the year. Thank you for joining me as I flew solo today. I'm Hudson Ridley. Hope you enjoyed this presentation of Vibes Baseball on the Vibes TV Network.